Hello YouTubers, my name is X Factor and welcome to Battlefield 4 Community Test Environment, also known as CTE. And if you have Battlefield 4 on PC and also own Premium, you might be able to sign up. This is an 18 gig or so separate install along with a separate battle log, and you have to rework all of your unlocks starting from scratch. And that's why there is a Cobra optic on my AEK. I've got the Cobra, Scar H, and AK-12, which is the default weapon, unlocked. So today we're going to talk about some of the changes because this is CTE Footage. This is the initiative the developers taken to give a beta server to the PC side that tests, tweaks, changes, balance issues, and anything else they can think of. And they have done quite a few things, including reducing the screen shake drastically. And that's what you're seeing here as I run into one too many people. So the screen shake has been reduced drastically, and pay attention when there's grenades, C4, and anything else going boom, going off by me. It's actually not that bad. It's not going to get you killed. Sometimes there would be a grenade that would go off 15 feet away, and it would just completely blow the shot that you're looking down your optic as somebody spawns out of this guy's ass. That's quite the magic trick there, which also got me killed. So another thing they changed was how your field of view is calculated. In Battlefield 4 Vanilla, it's horizontal field of view. So when I went in here to tweak my settings, all of a sudden my field of view was off. I set it back to 72, which is my horizontal field of view setting. It was messed up. I'm like, whoa, they had to change this. Now it's vertical field of view, and I'm sure there are people that have worked out mathematical equations to do a conversion. But for me, I run 72 in Vanilla. I'll be running 45 in this. So just a slight change. Another thing they've changed that I haven't messed with yet is there's going to be a unified ADS sensitivity. So in Battlefield 4 Vanilla, you set up your hipfire sensitivity. Your aiming down sight ADS sensitivity is based off the optic you're using based off of your hipfire sensitivity. So your hipfire is one number. And if you're using irons or red dot or Cobra, your sensitivity is reduced a certain amount. Then if you use hollow, it's reduced a little bit more. Then if you use a bigger optic like a 3.4, it's reduced a little bit more. So it's different per optic. So every time you go from pistol irons to, say, hollow or even Cobra, it's two different sensitivities. That's annoying. That's kind of counterproductive to muscle memory and twitch shots. And just that good feeling you get, that confidence level you get when your aim's on point, which mine is not right now, more than likely because messing with this field of view and using the Cobra optic, which has a different sensitivity than the Coyote optic, I believe. So for me, it's all about muscle memory and feel. Well, they've changed that. There's this uniform soldier aim down sight sensitivity slider that you can change. So whatever sensitivity you like, and there are people working on mathematical equations to figure this out, but the problem is the developers have changed the way this number works. So I'm not going to post anything just yet because more than likely it's going to be wrong, but I'll tell you how I figure this out. I take a post-it note and slap it upside down on the top side of my mouse. So the sticky part is actually on the bottom of my mouse looking up. I then get a legal notepad. Take the back of the notepad, flip it over. I then go take my Coyote optic because that's my sensitivity that I love. And that's what I want to use for everything when I go to figure this out. Until they figure out the mathematical equation so I can match these up perfectly. I then look at, let's say, a prison bar like that big fat prison bar in an empty server. I go ADS, I look at it. On the left side of the post-it note that's sticking out, I make a pen mark, vertical pen mark. I then do a complete 360-degree turn and do a stop point. And from that number, you can start messing with this new sensitivity number, reducing it, because the Coyote optic is a reduction of what hipfire is. It's a pretty drastic reduction. So at first, when this number is set at 100%, it's going to be way twitchy and you're going to freak out. Now, if that's something you like, you can have your hipfire match your ADS sensitivity. If that's your thing, you can drastically reduce your hipfire and have your ADS match that perfectly. Some people really enjoy that. I've just gotten used to the Battlefield way where there's a slight reduction of your hipfire. Now let's talk about Netcode. More importantly, tick rate, because they're on their 4th patch. This is 4th patch gameplay. So let's break something down. You can select the tick rate coming back to you. 10, 20, or 30. Low, medium, or ultra, or medium, high, or ultra, whatever they've chosen there. But you cannot select what you send to the server. Everybody sends at a 30 tick rate. That's important. because that's all of my movements. The stuff that's in the air, the bullets, the med packs, the revives going out, everything is sent to the server at a 30. So there is no benefit to bringing back 10 hertz. So what does this mean? This means that things feel smoother. Are they perfect? No. Is this a significant upgrade? Yes. I'm playing with 100 ping right now over in Europe. I could feel every bullet, almost like Battlefield 3, where you're pillaring and all of a sudden you feel the pain tree coming, and you have time to back away from it as long as it's 1 or 2 guys shooting you and not a couple guys that have your number. That is a nice feeling. Did I have a trade kill? 2 so far in all the time I play, but the damage feels more consistent over time. It's a lot better. You actually feel the damage, and you have time in most cases to get out of dodge and get out of the way. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this CTE footage. As always, YouTubers, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. And let me know what you think down below. And if you have any more questions regarding CTE. They've already got 4 patches in, and they're constantly talking about more patches coming, along with the first patch hitting vanilla, on top of a ton of topics that haven't even hit CTE, including attack helicopter balance and visual recoil. See you soon, YouTubers.